Hello and welcome to our first ever podcast. My name's Gabe.
And I'm Joey.
And we're DosAmericanos. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Just a couple of college kids looking to have a good time on a Saturday night. We have a few topics of discussion to start us off in our podcast number 1, or uno, as others may say. Today we're going to talk about players moving to China, maybe prematurely or at the right time, however you feel about it. Then we're going to discuss the EPL All-Star Game a little bit. I'm sure most of y'all saw that Romelu Lukaku tweet that he sent out. We'll see what you guys think about it as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about the World Cup and underdogs that we may see going into the World Cup and maybe who we think is going to win it. So, Joey, let's start it off with the EPL All-Star Game. How do you feel about that?
I think it'd be cool just because like the All-Star Game in basketball and even baseball is pretty cool, and they have one for football, right?
Yeah, they have a All-Star Game at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Prior to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think it'd just be cool to see all the like best players in the league playing together. It'd pretty much be like Manchester versus London, which would be crazy with the amount of good players playing.
Right. But I'm sure you've seen a few of these charity matches. Do you think it end up just being like a end up being like one of those where it's kind of just guys out there messing around, just kicking the ball around? I mean, not that that's a bad thing. It would be cool to see a lot of stars out on the field together, but do you think it would be worth it, I guess?
I mean, I feel like it'd be worth it. It probably would turn out to be just like a kick around that no one really cares about, but I don't know, it'd just be cool. See like Eriksen, Ozil, Hazard attacking against like Lovren and Matip.
Yeah, the two best defenders in the Prem.
Yeah. What do you think? Huh?
I mean, it's an interesting idea. It's very intriguing. It'd be cool to see those guys get out there together, but in an already full schedule that they have, I feel like that extra game, I feel like it's kind of not needed. It's unnecessary, I guess. I mean, like I said, as a fan, it's cool, but I don't know if all the players would rally behind it. Like maybe if they did it one time, but I couldn't see it being a consistent every year thing. I don't think it would catch on overseas and in the British area, because I mean they don't really have All-Star games over there. I mean, I don't know much about rugby and if they have an All-Star game.
Love it.
But it's something else we can talk about later on.
Of course.
But I don't know if they have an All-Star game in the rugby league, so I'm not sure if they're used to All-Star games as a whole, but I feel like it's more of an American thing, kind of a money grab situation.
Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people would still just think like all the best players playing together would be cool. But
That's true. That's true.
Also, the schedule is already packed. Maybe if they had a winter break, though, because England is one of like the only countries to not really have a winter break.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm saying like their schedule's already full enough, so does it make sense? Like, would injuries happen in this game just by chance? I don't know. Stuff like that.
But yeah, if they had a winter break and it was in the middle of the winter break, then maybe.
And speaking more about the All-Star game, do you think it would be kind of a North versus South concept, or would you see it more as like, we saw the NBA do kind of a draft lottery this year for the All-Star game. Do you think it'd be more interesting to see, I don't know, guys from South-sided teams join up with guys in the North? So maybe, I don't know, you're more familiar
No,
than I am.
I think it'd be, either one would be cool, but I don't know. I think it'd be nice if they did the draft like they did in the NBA, but if they televised it like the NBA didn't.
Right. NBA is supposed to be televising it next year, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Like, I don't even know who the captains would be. Probably the captain of the team from the North versus the captain of the team of the South.
It'd probably be fan voted, I'd say, because I mean.
Who would it be? Maybe the managers would just get to pick, but then they'd probably just pick players from their own club.
I mean, in the North, it'd probably have to be
Vincent Company.
Aaron Moy, Huddersfield, Steve Mounier.
Who?
Relegation fighters, that's what they are.
Company versus Lloris. Those would be the two.
Do you think so? Lloris, that's a captain in the South?
No, it'd probably be whoever's in front, and the best team in the South, so actually it would be Lloris.
Probably Harry Kane, bigger name.
Well, yeah, but if we were just going off the captain of the team. But yeah, Harry Kane versus Aguero, that'd be pretty good.
Now, an all-star game in football, or soccer, as we like to call it, we have it in the U.S. We have an MLS all-star game where there's a foreign team that comes across and plays MLS teams. I mean, it's usually a pretty fun game. I've been to a few of them myself. I don't know about you. Have you been to an all-star game?
No, I want to go to one. I wanted to go when Tottenham played the All-Stars. That was like 3 years ago, but it was in Denver, I think.
Oh, okay. So, I've been to a few, and I mean, they're interesting. I mean, it's cool to see, like, MLS talent going up against European talent, but at the end of the day, it's like those European clubs come over and they bring youth players.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of just like I mentioned earlier, a cash grab. It's just they're trying to get money, trying to get people to show up to see these teams play. Not so much players, but teams. Like when Chelsea or Arsenal comes across, so you're not really seeing Arsenal and Chelsea. You're seeing some of the younger guys and maybe an Ozil here or there, but usually those guys are on vacation at that point in time. So do you think it would be good for the sport as a whole? Like, do you think it would bring... I mean, not that the Premier League doesn't already have enough talent as it is, but do you think people would maybe want to take part in this? Maybe it would be kind of something that brought even bigger talent to the Premier League, such as a Neymar or a Messi or Ronaldo. I'm not saying those guys would ever move to the Prem, but those are just names that are popping in my head right now.
Probably not. Like, I don't know if it would, like, I doubt it would entice anyone to transfer there, but it'd be cool for, like, English fans if maybe the EPL All-Star team played against, like, the French All-Star team.
That would be. Yeah,
Neymar
I could see that. I could see that would be really cool.
In England, and fans got to watch that. So that might be cool, but I doubt anyone would transfer because of that.
That would definitely get a lot of viewers, that's for sure. Do you have anything... Actually, let's talk about the teams themselves.
Is that recording?
What?
The microphone.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's on red.
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Okay, sorry.
We're Gucci, dude.
We can edit that part out.
No, we can keep that in.
Okay. I just didn't want to do this.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. And we have the mic on here on the laptop, and this mic, and we have the mic up there.
Wow.
So
prepared.
First podcast, we're in it to win it, people. Northern squad, this is going to be all you, because, I mean, I know a little bit about the EPL, but I haven't watched nearly enough this year. So, North, let's start with South, actually. You see the badge right there, everyone. Hotspurs fan here.
Hotspurs.
Talk a little bit about who makes your Southside squad.
It would pretty much be a combination of Chelsea and Tottenham. Like maybe Ozil. It'd probably be Lloris in goal. He's better than Courtois for sure. So you're just saying Ozil from Arsenal, so you don't think a guy like, not that he's been in the league for a long time, but he's a big name, Aubameyang, you don't have him on your squad? I forgot that he was even there.
Maybe.
No, but I feel like that's what it would be. It'd kind of be like based less on how players are doing that season and more just like on who the bigger names were.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like Aubameyang would make it. It'd probably be like a combination of the back line of Tottenham and Chelsea with maybe Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Azpilicueta, Marcus Alonso, any of those guys, and then midfield, N'Golo Kanté and Moussa Dembele. Such a solid midfield. And Eriksen, Hazard, Dele in the front three, and then Kane up top. Doesn't get better than that.
Can't disagree with you there. I mean, I think you pretty much covered all the bases. I can't think of anyone other who would make that squad. I mean, you kind of have to look at the smaller teams and think, if you're going to do an all-star game, do you want to get all the teams involved, or do you want to keep it to a small...
They're not good enough anyway.
I guess all-star team, because teams like Crystal Palace and Southampton and teams like that probably aren't going to get players.
I mean, if it was a fan vote...
If it's a fan vote, obviously you should probably have at least one player from those teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
Zaha.
It's a bit of a... Zaha's one, because Zaha may not be at Crystal Palace for too much longer. But it comes down to, like, fan vote. Like, there probably isn't a guy from Brighton who's making that team. I mean, you have Glenn Murray, who's got 13 goals this year in the Premier League.
And what's his name? Pascal Gross, the left back.
Yeah, I mean, they have players who are having good years at the Premier League level, but I don't know if they make my said all-star team. So.
Yeah, probably not. And then
in the north, you obviously have to consider the front three of Liverpool. You got Salah, Mane, and Firmino. I mean, Firmino's a little bit of a toss-up for me. I don't know if he makes the starting lineup, but he's definitely on the bench.
There's a lot of players who would make the squad that probably not make the starting 11.
Right.
Front three, you pretty much have to have Aguero there.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, Salah has got to be there. I think Mane is really good. He'd be in there.
Does Alexis make the squad?
I mean, he'll make the squad. I don't know if he'll make the starting 11. Ederson in goal. Or no, not Ederson.
I don't even think David De Gea. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my bad. I was just thinking Man City. Probably Kyle Walker at right back. Who would play center back?
That's a tough one because
Otamendi, Bailly, Stones.
Yeah, you got
Van Dijk.
You have your pick of any of the Manchester clubs, and then you got Van Dijk there as well. That's pretty much it.
And then sure.
So managers of those squads are you have to have Pep in the north, obviously. South side. You got to look at
Pochettino, obviously.
Probably Pochettino.
Not Wenger.
Definitely not Wenger.
Conte is
Wenger out.
Good manager.
Wenger out.
Conte's a good manager, but
Conte is a good manager, but it's got to be.
I mean, not Pep, Pochettino.
Pochettino, yeah, I agree with you there. That kind of wraps up our discussion of All-Star game as far as the EPL. Let's discuss China.
China.
For all those familiar, tons of players, tons of money being cycled through the transfer windows. Players going to China such as Oscar, Tevez, Alex Teixeira. Recently, Yannick Carrasco and Nicolas Gaitan kind of came out of left field, those two. I mean, at least one of them, Carrasco. How do you feel about players going to China?
I guess it does come down to them, like if they want to, but in my opinion, it's just like a money move, you know?
No, yeah,
they're making money moves.
Shout out Cardi.
Cardi B, my girl. Just like players like Oscar and Carrasco, like young guys.
Yeah.
Who just go. I can't blame them. I guess it's tempting, all that money, especially if you're not getting chances at your club.
It's true. Yeah.
But I don't know, just kind of. I feel like it's just them, in a sense, giving up on their career.
Yeah,
not really, because Paulinho came back and now he's.
Yeah, see, it's like these players can come back. See, my position on it is, I'm kind of, if you leave when you're young, such as a guy like Carrasco who's 24, the dude made 28 appearances already for Atletico this year, 4 goals, 7 assists. He's
last year's final, didn't he?
Exactly.
No, that was 2 years ago, my bad.
He's getting in the team. It's not like he's not in the squad. So, that move doesn't make so much sense to me. But for me, it's I'd rather have them leave when they're both young and too old. Because I feel like when they leave when they're like Carrasco around 24, he can stay there for a couple of years, make a ton of money that'll set his family up for a while. And then he can come back and still be young enough to where he, 1, has years to develop, 2, will be in his prime by the time he's got back into that top tier level football shape. Same with a guy like Alex Teixeira. He's a little bit different because he was getting looked at by Liverpool, Tottenham, other Premier League level sides. So that move didn't make too much sense to me.
Money moves, dude.
Yes, at the end of the day, it is about money.
But
money talks, like they all say.
Who was it? Gaitan and Carrasco got crushed 8-0 in their first game, right? Did they go to the same club?
I think they may have gone to the same club.
I know one of them at least. I think they both are on the same team. They got crushed 8-0, I think, to Oscar's team.
Oscar's team's pretty good though, because Oscar's got him and Holt on the squad.
8-0.
And Gervinho as well.
8-0.
But
Like, why are you going to a team that loses 8-0
It's
even
true.
with you on
It's
them?
true. But Carrasco and Gaitan were probably the best players on that team, and
Exactly.
put those guys on any other team, and they're not the best players on their club. So I mean, and their team probably isn't that good. That's
Well,
probably
exactly.
why they made
Like,
that move to get those guys. And it was their first game, so I mean, you got to get used to the Chinese way of playing. I don't know if that's saying much. I don't know if that's saying much, but I think we can say they did not know D-Way in this one. But another like I was saying about leaving when you're too young and too old. Like a guy like Tevez, he left when he was 33 years old. Legend of the game, definitely. He didn't really have too much to prove anymore. Like he didn't really win everything, but he did a lot and he won a lot. And
did he win the Champions League with Man U? I think so. Yeah.
He spent 1 year at Man U.
I think he won it.
I never realized that was a loan move as well from West Ham. I thought they bought him outright.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a loan move from West Ham. I saw that. But yeah, no, I mean, that's where I am on that situation. I mean, if you leave when you're younger, get some money. That way you can set up your family. Because some of these guys, they come from poor backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's like they grew up in the streets.
I mean, it's not like they're still.
It's true. But I mean,
Madrid.
If these Chinese guys are gonna throw millions and millions of dollars or euros
tempting.
or whatever yen, whatever they have over there.
I mean, they can go for it, but like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just kind of. It kind of says goodbye to your international career, also. Like,
yeah,
is your international manager really gonna look at you?
It's true.
In the Chinese league.
It's true.
Don't know.
Well, I mean, myself, if I were a professional footballer, which I'm not, D3 gang right here. I definitely wouldn't make that move. If I had the opportunity to go play at a top club and make a fourth of the money that the Chinese clubs were going to get me, I'm still making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I mean, the move to China doesn't really make sense to me, but I can see why they're doing it.
Mhm.
What else? I mean, you talked a little bit about the Chinese clubs. What would you do if you were a player?
It's a good question. I mean, I feel like it's easy to say you wouldn't go to get the money.
It is.
But like, if you were actually there, it'd be tempting. But I don't think I would go for it. Yeah. I feel like I would just want to play in Europe.
Definitely the same way. Next subject of discussion. What is it? 97 days away now.
Yeah,
something
I think so.
The World Cup, Copa Mundial, coming 2018 in Russia. Yes, we're going for the U.S. of course. The team in the group. What is it? Group Z.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
With Chile,
Netherlands, and Italy. The group of no-goers. Still can't believe they didn't make it. Don't even want to talk about it.
Classic.
Touchy subject. Still hurts. Christian Pulisic, if you're out there watching, I love you. But let's just discuss the World Cup. I mean, everyone loves the World Cup, obviously.
Supporting?
Who am I supporting? Oh. Well, with the U.S. out of it, of course, they're my top dog. I always go for the boys. The boys. But Japan is always my second squad. My reasoning for that, back as a young kiddo in the suburbs of Houston, Texas. Me and my dad, we used to play FIFA 2002 all the time together, and we'd rock with Japan on there, because funnily enough, Japan actually did really well in that World Cup, so they're pretty freaking good on FIFA. So we used to rock with them all the time, but we played all the time, never had a memory card, so we constantly had to make the World Cup final over and over and over again. Don't think we ever won it, unfortunately, but we made it there a few times. Yeah, but Japan, I do have a few underdogs, but before we get to that, who are you supporting?
I've got like three teams. I got a big team, which is Argentina, because Messi.
See, I can't find myself supporting those bigger clubs. I mean, they're fun to watch, but they're always winning it. I want a new
Argentina's always winning it.
I mean, Argentina's never going to win it, because Messi's just not good enough at the international level.
I mean, that's just not true, but okay. I just want Messi to win one.
I mean, I understand.
I mean, it'd be nice if he won one.
It's true. It would be nice if he won one.
He's still the GOAT, even if he doesn't win it.
Yeah, he definitely is. Definitely is.
So that's my big team, but two smaller teams are Egypt and Peru.
Egypt and Peru.
Yeah, honestly, don't even really know why. Peru, just because cool country. I'm glad they made it.
Yeah. No.
And Egypt, also another really cool country, and I like Mo Salah, even though I wanted to stop scoring in the Premier League.
Well, do you think Egypt has enough to even get a result, whether that's a draw or a win? Because, I mean, they have El Neni and they have Mo Salah. They once had Bob Bradley as a manager, the man who pees with his pants all the way down.
Classic.
But do you think they have enough? Like, I'm not even familiar with anybody on their back line, to be honest.
Nope, not a clue, but...
They do have heart, I will say that.
Did you see the video of... I think they were winning 1-0, and they were going to qualify for the World Cup.
And then they scored on them, and they got the PK in the 94th minute. Yeah,
crazy. Salah steps up and slots it home.
They have a whole nation behind them, that's for sure.
Every country in the World Cup does, but...
I know that, but
I know what
you know what I mean. Like, the whole entire country of Egypt is for this squad. Like, they want to see something. They want to see something big happen, and that could be even getting one win or getting out of the group. If they get out of the group, I feel like that's a success for Egypt.
Yeah. Who's in their group? Are they in Group A?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I forgot who's in their group. But
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, that's who I'm going for. I doubt any of them will win it, even Argentina. I feel like they're not gonna win it because they've lost their last 3 finals.
It's essentially the same team coming back though, with probably the additions of a Dybala in there. One, I don't know why he's not on the squad as a regular.
Because their attack is
it's
already
true,
that
but
good.
I'd put Dybala over Higuain any day of the week. Higuain's missed 2 chances in big games.
They're both good.
I don't know.
Aguero, Messi, Dybala, Di Maria.
Alright, Egypt is in Group A with Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. I think they can make it out of that group. It's definitely doable.
That's probably the easiest group.
That is a very easy group, but I mean, Russia, we don't know what kind of shenanigans are going to be going on behind the scenes for them. You got a Uruguay squad with Cavani, Suarez. They're on the older side, yes, but I think they still have enough gas in the tank to make it. I'd give them 8, one of the 8 teams remaining.
I mean, yeah.
I could see it.
A lot depends on who they get in the knockout rounds, and
that is true. Very true.
Anything can happen in the World Cup.
It's true.
It's like kind of hard.
Saudi Arabia could get hot and win the group.
Who knows?
So I mean, you have Egypt and Peru. I mean, I know more players on Peru than I do Egypt, but they have what's his name, Paulo Guerrero. Isn't he suspended?
No.
Oh, that's right. He got his suspension revoked.
Yep.
So I mean, Peru's got a solid team. They did pretty well in arguably one of the hardest qualification areas in the world.
Did you hear about when, what was it, they were about to qualify, they were playing like one of their last games, and like all the fans outside the hotel, what they did to the other team?
Oh yeah, like...
How they stood up to like...
like they do that to the U.S. all the time when they go to Central Americans.
Yeah, they're crazy down there.
Fireworks.
Can we talk about what we were talking about earlier?
What was that?
If a fan throws a player on the ground.
We'll get to that. Let's talk about World Cup underdogs.
Alright.
World Cup underdogs. I mean, for me...
Firmino?
For Roberto Firmino? No, but for me, I don't know what it is, but an African team is winning the World Cup this year. There will be an African team winning the World Cup this year. I don't know who. I don't think it's going to be Morocco. I don't think it's going to be Egypt. My 2 teams, Senegal, Nigeria.
They're not going to win.
I'm going to give you reasons why.
They might not even make it out of the group.
Listen to this. Senegal, 23rd in the world. Decent ranking. Not that the FIFA rankings make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Because Switzerland's always top 10, and I swear they never play until the World Cup.
Yeah. Switzerland's just not important.
They don't make any sense, and they're like 6th in the nation. I don't get it. Or nation. 6th in the world. But, okay, so the obvious guy, what did I do?
The light just moved a little bit.
Oh! The obvious guy, Sadio Mane. I mean...
Who?
Yeah, right, who? The dude is freaking lighting up the Premier League. He's lighting up the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most informed players right now in the entire world.
He's so fast.
And he's incredibly fast. I don't know how other defenses are going to be able to like handle him. Because, I mean, the whole Senegalese team is quick. Like, that's what they're built off of. They're quick and they're strong. But not only that, fun fact, the manager, don't know if I'm saying this right, but Aliou Cisse was part of the 2002 World Cup squad that made the quarterfinals.
Oh, they made the quarterfinals one time.
They made the quarterfinals, so, I mean, he knows...
They're not going to win it, Gabe.
Hear me out. Hear me out. He knows what it takes to get to that stage of the Cup. That Senegal team, in my opinion, was not nearly as good as the Senegal team this year. They've got guys... They've got Idrissa Gana Gueye from Everton. They've got Cheikhou Kouyaté. They've got Keita from... Where's he at? He's at Lazio now.
Naby Keita?
No, he's at AS Monaco.
Naby Keita.
No, that's... Naby Keita is
he's
the other guy.
Yeah.
Keita Balde, or Balde Keita, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Keita Balde Diao. The guy who was at Barca in his youth career.
They've got Koulibaly, right?
Well, Moussa Sow, they got Mboji as center back, and the X factor for me, Koulibaly. If everything goes to plan for Senegal and they can connect all the dots, they've got good defenders, they've got a decent enough midfield, and they've got a pretty good attack.
Like almost every
team in the World Cup, yes, but Senegal's got pace, they've got strength, and they've got a coach who's been in the situation before. And they've got Sadio Mane.
That's really all you need.
I'm just saying.
No, they're good.
They have a pretty good chance
I think they're good, but
at doing something big this year.
You think they're more likely to win the World Cup than Germany or France?
Well, obviously these teams are going to be there. I do think they're going to be there. They're going to be in the discussion. But I think when it comes down to it, if Senegal does play a team like France, I think they can take them down.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
France has always had troubles, or not always, but in recent years they've had troubles at the international level of getting things done.
That's true.
And if they come up against a team who went unbeaten in African qualification, and that's nothing to like...
Yeah.
Just, I can't even think of the word right now, but...
Nothing to sneeze at, I don't know.
I think it's something like that. But... They went unbeaten in African qualifiers. There's tough teams in African qualifiers. Ghana didn't even make the World Cup this year, which is crazy. Shout out Ghana kid up there. It's right here. But I think they're going to do really well. And my other team, Nigeria, they've been in the World Cup before. 5 times, actually. We've seen them do pretty well in previous years. They've given Argentina a pretty good game the past 2 World Cups.
They just beat them.
And they just beat them. Yes, exactly. They've got a young team in Ndidi. They've got John Obi Mikel, not young, but he's their kind of rock in the center. He plays more of a attacking playmaker role for Nigeria. Don't know why, but... And then up top, they've got Iwobi and Iheanacho, 2 young guys going forward.
Iheanacho's
a
baller.
Iheanacho should get more time for Leicester, in my opinion. But Vardy's a beast. Did you see Vardy's goal today?
Mm-mm.
Holy moly, Mahrez. Oh, who are they playing?
Barcelona.
Yeah, Barca. Mahrez plays the ball over the top. Vardy takes it one-touch volley, left foot, corner, right side. It was gorgeous.
Still not as good as Harry Kane.
I'll show you later. I'll show you. But X factor for Nigeria, Victor Moses.
He's a baller.
He's a baller, and I think he's kind of at a time. He's 27 years old. He's on a Chelsea squad that's mediocre, I think. And he's got something to prove. Like, I mean, we've heard crazy rumors every summer and every January, but Victor Moses has been looked at by, from what I hear, Barcelona.
He's good.
And other squads. I mean, he's a good player, and I think he deserves that recognition.
Fast and strong, and he's
smart too, and he's a good defender. And what you find with most African teams at the international level is where they struggle is with defense. Mm-hmm. What are you laughing about? They struggle with defense, but.
Nothing.
One guy who I circled, caught my attention was, I'm probably saying his name wrong again, FC Porto, young center back, Owazium. Just guessing.
Never heard of him.
I think he's an up-and-coming stud. I think he's going to be a guy at the World Cup who kind of shows out and gets that big money move when the summer's over.
Do you know how old he is?
I think he's 20. Maybe, he might be 19. No, he's 20. But I mean, he's a guy to look out for. I think if he gets minutes on the pitch, which he might not, but
The Cameron Carter-Vickers of Nigeria.
Cameron Carter-Vickers of Nigeria. Shout out Cameron Carter-Vickers.
Shout out Tottenham. I think he's at Sheffield right now.
He is at Sheffield.
Is it Wednesday? Or United?
Sheffield
It's
United. They brought him back on loan, and then sent him back out to Sheffield. I don't know why Tottenham doesn't give him minutes on the field.
Because, do you know who we have at center back?
Shit ass players who can't beat Juve.
Vertonghen.
That's who.
Alderweireld wasn't playing. Sanchez. Anything that Sanchez should play over Alderweireld.
Sanchez.
Wrong.
Carter-Vickers back line wins that game against Juve.
No.
Probably not.
Lose like 4
but
thing.
I can be hopeful. Who are your underdogs for the World Cup?
Oh man.
I mean, you've already mentioned Egypt and Peru. They're kind of
Yeah. I want to see
but
how Iceland does. Like they did great
obviously.
at the Euros, but that might have just been like
might have been a fluke.
beginner's luck.
Exactly, I agree.
But
I mean, it will be fun to see how Iceland plays.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. Maybe Denmark, Eriksson, if he keeps up his form.
Well, they're not going to do anything unless they put Nicholas Bentner up top, let's be honest.
I mean, obviously.
He's the greatest player we've ever
Obvious.
seen step on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you got?
They're not really an underdog, and we talked about them earlier, but Uruguay. I want to see how they do.
Uruguay.
I really like Uruguay for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, they're a likable team, other than the fact that one of the guys on the team eats people for a living.
But Suarez and Cavani are just
they're really
two
good
top
players,
strikers,
dude.
and like I just like watching them play together.
Do you remember the time they had Cavani, Suarez, and Forlan?
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
What a front three.
2010 World Cup.
That was so fun, too. That was probably one of the best World Cups I've seen in my lifetime.
Last World Cup was probably one of the best.
It was.
That was a really good World Cup.
It was a good World Cup. But seeing Forlan score some of those absolute
Yeah.
screamers, free kicks, volleys, just all over the block. He did everything.
Was he the top scorer? Or was
It might have been Mueller that
Oh,
year.
it was Mueller.
It was Mueller. But I think Forlan did he get the golden ball?
Yes.
Like player of the tournament?
Yeah. And then who got it last time? It was Messi.
Messi! But he didn't win the whole thing, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You can get as many golden balls as you want, but if you don't win the final...
Should have been Dempsey with the finish against Portugal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the crotch shot, as
Yeah.
we'll call it. Oh man, they should have
Good
beat Belgium. Wando.
I mean,
Don't even want to talk about it. Wando not scoring that goal might be worse than the U.S. not qualifying for the World Cup.
gosh,
in my heart.
every time I watch it, it gets worse.
It gets worse. Seeing Wando play in the MLS,
I don't watch the MLS. That's okay.
I can't even watch him. Like, I don't even know why he's on the international stage. It doesn't make any sense.
Does he play for the Earthquakes?
He plays for the Earthquakes still, yeah. But why was he even there? How does a guy like that make it over?
You know who should have
Landon Donovan.
You know who should have been? Landon Donovan.
Landon Donovan.
He would have been there and just
And he would have slotted it in. And we would have been celebrating. I would have been knee sliding on the wood in my living room. I would still have burns on my knees, but I wouldn't care because we would have won the World Cup that year.
Gosh.
Okay.
If only.
You brought it up earlier. I guess we'll discuss it. It happened today. Olympic Stadium, West Ham v... Who were they playing? Was it Burnley?
Yeah.
West Ham v Burnley. Fans absolutely went bonkers in the middle of the freaking game.
Good job.
Stormed the field. You got a guy holding a corner flag in the middle of the field. Image of the year. Like, we can't forget that. Like, that's got to be everywhere for the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? Like, I mean, in my opinion,
So Gabe said that if a fan runs onto the field and a player like throws him down or like does something to him, it shouldn't be a red card.
But you can't say it like that.
Okay, say how you
I
wanna
said it
say
in the way, if you're going to pay to come to my area of business and you're going to run onto the field and stop the play, I have every right to get you off the field in any way possible.
Any way possible.
I mean, we're not talking about just 11 guys on the field beating somebody. I'm talking, if I have to push you off the field or if I have to push you towards a security guard because you're running around the field, you should be able to do that without being reprimanded.
No, you shouldn't.
But why?
Because it's not the player's job to start beating fans
It's
up.
not the fans' job to run out on the field and ruin the game.
Yeah, but two rights don't make a wrong, Gabriel.
Two wrongs don't make a right, though. Joey.
Is the way what?
You said 2 rights don't make it wrong.
Same. You know what I meant. See, you knew what I meant.
Did I though?
Yes, 2 wrongs do not make a right, so you can't just say, oh, the fan is being a dick, so let's also be a dick to him.
But if someone's being a dick, just don't be a dick. Like, why are you running on the field?
Pay the wages of the players.
The fans pay the wages of the players, so the owners aren't paying the wages of the players.
Where are the owners getting of the money from?
They have
some of the money.
Okay.
But think if, let's say, for the rest of the season, no fans turned up at any Premier League games. Like, the Premier League would not last long if that happened.
They would just play out the remainder of the year.
Well, yeah, but
the people would get tired of not having games.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm saying what.
So if you're saying people just stop showing up,
like,
to games.
What if soccer stopped having fans?
If soccer stopped having fans,
there would not be Premier League. It's just like
everyone would support the MLS.
I'm talking. I mean, sure.
I'm kidding.
But
keep going.
Just like the fans have, not that they don't have the right to, but they should be treated with more respect, I guess. Because without the fans, there is no Premier League.
I do agree with you there. I feel like West Ham, I mean, some of their purchases have been a bit like pretty questionable. I mean, Arnautovic, he's a really good player. Chicharito, I think that was a good buy. He's performing pretty well, but
West Ham's just,
he doesn't really have anything else around him. So I mean,
David Moyes.
I saw something today that said maybe West Ham's relegation is a good thing. Maybe it'll be good for the club. It can start a new era. I guess.
Are they actually going to get relegated?
I mean,
it's pretty close.
They could. It's not out of the question. But I mean, it might be a good thing for them to be relegated. Shout out Spencer Owen. That's who I saw it from. But no, I mean, I just don't know. Like, I feel like fans just shouldn't have like.
I mean, obviously
the ability to go. Because I mean, you look at other leagues like Italy and pretty much Italy. They have like gates up around the stadium so people can't run on the field. It's dangerous.
Yeah, they also have that so they don't kill each other because those.
That is also true because it's dangerous. Last thing we need is a guy running on the field who's mad with a knife. And.
Yeah, but like it should be the security guard's job to do that.
Okay, but you have these security guards who are.
And it should be security outside the stadium, making sure that knives and that sort of stuff doesn't get in.
They do. Fortunately, I mean, at least on like a higher level, we haven't seen that happen. I'm sure it's happened before, but where someone's brought a weapon and like hurt somebody. But I mean, for me, I just don't appreciate when fans run on the field. I mean, it's like it's funny, but when they're out there for 5 minutes and they're just.
See the one where it was Tottenham against West Ham at the Bowling Ground. The fan ran all the way across the field and took the free kick.
No, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, he took a free kick. He almost scored. It was decent.
It was decent. Double decent.
Double decent.
No, but I can't get behind the.
No, I mean I don't.
Fans running on the field.
I don't either. I just don't think a player should. Chuck to the ground.
I think they should be able to kick them, punch them, Gattuso them.
I think
get them off the field. Because they shouldn't be on the field.
That if players ever get red cards for fighting, the club should like have the fan base select one player to fight against that player that got a red card. Like,
that's a fantastic idea.
If you really want to fight, come fight me after you got sent off.
It's a great idea.
See how mad the fans will get, and be a good way to vent their anger. And maybe players won't get sent off for fighting.
It's true.
And it'd be really funny. Dele Alli fighting someone.
Dele Alli, yeah, fighting. Couldn't see that.
Get wrecked.
I mean, I think that's all we got.
That's it?
That's all we got here. I mean, I hope you enjoyed. To all of our viewers out there, all 0 of you. This has been the DosAmericanos Podcast, EP 1. We hope to have a few more coming out. Like and subscribe to the channel. We don't even have a YouTube channel yet, but I thought I'd throw that in there because when we do have one, it'll be in the video. But keep your eye out for more upcoming videos. Joe, you got anything to add?
If anyone did watch, thanks for watching.
Signing off. DosAmericanos. This has been Gabe.
And Joey.
Thanks for watching.